Gary Didier Perez, born December 5, 1965. A Haitian former singer. Zenglen, songwriter, record producer. Gary Didier Morillo Perez Ceci is known as Gary Didier Perez was born on December 5, 1965 in Haiti. His father is Dominican and his mother Haitian. Earlier Gary's interest in music at age 9. Listen Ralph Tammer, Enrico Macias and T. Mano. During Gary's early years, her mother is part of his inspiration and his father was guitarist. Early in 80 Seconds Lionel Diamond was discovered Gary's talent for music and decided to place him in gospel's group. Suddenly, he started taking violin lessons and vocal coaching, and eventually became the lead singer of the group. Gary had the privilege of being the lead singer of a group and collaborating with Victor Bidau, better known as Vicky. With Vicky, Gary had his first audition with DP Express as singer, followed by a second one at Scorpio. Gary passed the test as singer, but Emmanuel Turin, a former maestro of Tropicana de Haiti, kindly suggested that Gary not join Scorpio. Gary and Ralph Condy teamed up at the same time. Prior to Gary's outburst at Zenglen, he had the opportunity to collaborate with Fabrice Rousier and had tremendous success with Music, with Pa Kitell.
Ou tellement parler tout cas, moi fin déchiré. Ou tellement jouer les siens, moi fin déraillé. Ou tellement crier et puis tout demander quitter. Ou parler juste sans les siens, moi fin décoller. Colère, et puis m'faire colère. Gardez m'faire colère. Ou pas jamais quitter la nuit.
1986, Gary and Ralph Condy created the very first band, Cafe, but it's no longer in existence. Next, they founded To Know. To Know was graciously hosted by the Baton Fu Cultural Center, owned by Sido and Guido Cavi. Every Friday night, To Know would join Boulot Valcourt for some musical entertainment. Gary, Ralph Condy, Patrick Martineau and Brutus Durisaint were the founding members of Zenglen. But Ralph eventually left to start his own band, Pop Hash. Gary was truly inspired by Joel Widmer's performance after seeing him perform Zenglen at the Rex Theater. Gary suddenly appeared like a star. At the dawn of a new musical generation at the end of the 80s, thus was introduced Gary, as the emblematic voice of affiliation broke into all contemporary deviations, while crossover. During a music-infatuated adolescence, Gary got its start with the group of 12 Apostles of New Bird College. Gary Didier Perez took on the challenge of performing as a solo vocalist during a period of great creativity and cultural development. He explored the twists and turns of gaining knowledge and learning from powerful influences, resulting in him becoming a well-rounded artist. Thus, between 1984 to 87, he learned everything on the job with this group, until an ancestry of multi-instrumentalist, which allows him to cultivate the bass, the violin, the drums, the keyboard, but it is above all the voice, then its best asset, which will reveal it to the public, with an elastic and image stamp, capable of upsetting everything in its path. When the new wave of music kicked off at the end of the 80s, he was part of the founding trio of the group Zenglen with Brutus Durisaint and Maestro Patrick Martineau. By becoming relevantly embedded in the local music hall, according to a seasoning range that has been able to pack and initiate a new resonant epoch, marked by the rise of modern groups. 1989. At the beginning of 1989, the trio decided to record at FX Studio by Joe Dore and Gilbert Baia, music by Gary titled Cool 10. Then they went to the capital's radio stations to distribute the music. Arriving at Radio Metropole, the star host of the program Cadence des Isles, Giorgio Leon Emile, asked them the name of the group. After an instant glance, the trio answered with one voice, Zenglen. Journalist Nancy Rock, who was in the room, had to reply, "This is an original name." And so it was that for the first time on Radio Metropole, Giorgio had to say these words, a newborn of the new generation of Haitian music, Zenglen. For his part, Gary continues his escalation of generational voice. In the midst of a cloud of emerging throats, sharing the limelight with him, each with their own singularity. Such, Patrick Andel, Richard Russo, Waitens Joseph, Ralph Condy, Gilbert Bailey, Joe Dore, Alan Cave, King Kino, etc. However, in this profusion of intonations, GDP nevertheless knew how to occupy a preponderant place in the hearts of the fans. Installed as a chanterelle holder of an ensemble at the peak of its art, which was able to deliver the introductory work, and New Alleys, having defined the basis of the new musical deal with titles such as Fidel, Michaela, Boutim et al., Tanbunu, Trey Eisen, Kaitam, which were true hymns of the time, propelled by a phrasing filled with musicality. The beginning of the 90 seconds on the Haitian market, the album in New Alleys. During the same year, Fidel has remained one of the hits of new generation Haitian music. 1990 to 1991. Zenglen with Gary Didier Perez played everywhere. In this plural excursion, Gary Didier Perez is unanimous, ovationed by the public who dedicate it and the girls who tear it up. And the West Indies also discovered it and granted it signs of distinction. Obviously, in this atmosphere of adulation, we must went their separate ways. But still, at the height of her popularity, the young star is still coveted, but decides to share the boards with the marital scenes by marrying in full musical discomfort. At the end of 1991, Gary left Zenglen and created Ozone. Gary has created Ozone, and it is sure to take you on a musical journey that you won't soon forget. The pure sound they bring to the Haitian music industry, and how they are inspiring a new generation of musicians with a title and ball à tour. Engaging in the meantime in a brief stint with Music, and rejecting the requests of Bachmann experience who wanted to make him an adequate replacement for Eddie Francois, as well as a headliner of the Racine. However, without continuing, he bounces back in a personal initiative with the group Ozone with a new album, Rake Pickin', which allowed him to frolic quickly, his favorite slogan, and new alleys, until putting the group on hold, while remaining active in a posture of freelancer, to eventually take the course for the US first in Orlando, then in NY, where he continued to enjoy an enviable notoriety, collaborating on a number of projects and services on request, while striving in all directions to get involved in the entertainment industry. In the installation of a recording studio in Flatlands Avenue, Brooklyn, which has been a staging post for the musical Brotherhood, and in a last-ditch effort, tried to reconstitute his group. At this stage, the dice were cast in the face of a new musical wave that occupied the avenues of business and show, exposing a breathless Gary, who took to all incompatible jobs to deal with family responsibilities, and the fate that persists with setbacks, forcing it to move south. 2019 to 2022. It is in Georgia that he has settled in recent years, looking for a new lease of life and having new sensations, able to regain certain inclinations. There, Gary returned to the boards in order to find an audience attentive to his dawns. He got down to it slowly and even performed with groups and artists such as Mia and others in this region. But the COVID-19 came to put an end to these demonstrations, in addition to other calamities which are added to it. It was in this vein that Gary was recently diagnosed with kidney failure, and is in an alarming condition that requires expensive treatment. This is what prompted the musical consortium to set in motion to save Gary, in an initiative launched by singer Clinton Benoit and supported by Richie Tun Tun Bitcher, Ralph Condi, Jean Roosevelt, Bick Mikhail Gurin, TJO Zenny Addis Panch Pipo Class Steve Key Roberto T. Vice Misty Jean Below Gasman Cooler Joel Widmer Dadu Pasket Nickinson Predhom Brutus Top Adelman Yannick Etienne Eddie Francois Alex Abel Jude Jean King Kino Freddie Top Vice. Gary Didier Perez is an incredibly talented Haitian singer who has achieved success in his home country and beyond. His unique voice and style have captivated audiences worldwide and continue to inspire those who hear him. His passion for music and his commitment to his craft are an inspiration to us all. We can only hope that Gary continues to share his amazing gifts with us for years to come. What is your favorite Gary Didier Perez song? Thanks for watching the video. Hope you all have enjoyed video at Hitskreyol. Please like, share, and subscribe.